Welcome back to the channel. My name is Ryan, and today we'll be talking about the Miami Hurricanes football schedule for the 2023 season. Last year was a pretty disappointing year for Miami. They finished year 5-7, and yeah, that was not a good year for Brian Cristobal, his first year there at Miami. But there's more hype this year for Miami than there were last year. There's more expectations than there were last year. It seems like the team's going to gel more together this year than they did last year. So let's get into this. Let's talk about the spring game real quick. I like what I saw from Miami a bit in the run game, especially. It looks like the run game did a very good job. And I liked how they were blocking. They did get some pressure at times, but it took a little bit to get there. It took like 3-4 seconds to get to Van Dyke. But I do like how Tyler Van Dyke played a bit. He had some little issues at times, but not a lot. He had a very good deep ball a couple times that showed off to be very well, which I think that'll work very well for Miami since they have a lot of speed on their team will look like throughout that game. So I think this team can be very good. They need to work on the deep ball coverage because their deep balls were working, and they need that to be protected, especially in the ACC because, well, you got some teams that like to throw the ball deep, and if Wake Forest wants to keep that same type of offense, you can throw deep. Like play teams like that. Clemson likes to throw the ball deep at times. Florida State's going to want it. North Carolina's going to. So teams like that's going to go throw a ball deep. You got to be able to protect that. Not all the time because, well, that's almost impossible to do that. But yeah. But let's get into this. First game of the year at home, actually kind of conveniently, at home versus Miami of Ohio. It's an interesting start. You're going to beat Miami of Ohio. And then next game, you're at home again against Texas A&M. Last year when you played Texas A&M, you did lose. It was at A&M though, so that was it was a close game. But this year, I think I'm not high on A&M at all, but I'm not super high on Miami either. I thought Miami played pretty good in that spring game, but I think A&M might be a little bit better. This game, I got A&M barely winning this one, kind of like last year's game, but probably a little bit more high scoring. And so I got Miami dropping that their first game of the year, their first loss of the year to Texas A&M, in my opinion. Then you're at home again versus Bethany Cookman, the Wildcats. Those teams, I don't even know how to say that name, but only thing I know is how I can say that Miami's going to win this game. So I got Miami beating this team, and then you're at Temple. You're going to beat Temple. That's your first road game of the year is at Temple. That's pretty easy. You're getting your non-conference games out the way early. Now you're 3-1 at home, starting your conference play against Georgia Tech. You're going to beat Georgia Tech. Then you're going to North Carolina. Again, I'm pretty high on Drake May. I like how Drake May plays. I think Mac Brown and that team's going to be pretty good. One problem with that team is that they suck at their secondary coverage, so maybe Tyler Van Dyke can make that work. But I think being at North Carolina is going to make the difference in this one. I got North Carolina winning this one, so I got Miami dropping this game. And then you're at home versus Clemson. If you watch the Clemson video, I know how I feel about this game. I think Cade Klubnik's going to be pretty good. I like how the defense is going to play against Miami in this one. I think Dabo Swinney's going to have a game plan that's going to be able to beat Miami, so I got Clemson winning this one and Miami dropping it. So they're 4-3 at this moment. Then you're playing at home again versus Virginia. You're getting a lot of pretty easy games this year for your conference and out-of-conference stuff too. You're playing Virginia. You're going to beat Virginia. And then you're playing at NC State. I think without Devin Leary, they will take a little bit of a step back. I have ridiculed Devin Leary talking about he's not going to play good at Kentucky. I don't think he will. I really don't think he's going to. But that's SEC play compared to ACC play. That's two totally different things. Even though they're at NC State, I still got Miami winning this one. So I think this could be an upset, kind of not. But I wouldn't be surprised if Miami won this game. So I got Miami winning this one against NC State. And then you're going to Florida State. Again, I'm pretty high on Florida State. Jordan Travis and them. I got them being pretty good this year. I think Miami will maybe have a chance to be able to sneak this game out late if they have a couple big plays here and there, but I don't think that's going to happen. I got Florida State winning this one, so I got Miami dropping this one. And then your final two games of the year coming up. You're at home versus Louisville. Louisville could be pretty good. I've seen that to be some couple team sleepers this year based off just the simple, easy schedule based that Louisville has this year for the ACC. But doesn't Miami's not an easy team to beat. I don't think Miami team's going to be an easy team to beat. They just played a lot of pretty tough teams, like the A&Ms, like the Clemsons. So I got Miami winning this one. I think to be battle tested enough by this point to be able to beat Louisville. And then you're at Boston College to finish the year. I don't think Boston College is going to be good. So I got Miami winning this one. So the end of the year, I got Miami going 8-4, which is a big jump from last year. Last year they finished 5-7. This will be a huge jump from last year, and I think it'll be very good for their program and all that. Brian Cristobal looks to be a pretty good coach. That's the case if they go 8-4. But they just hope they don't have those type of losses to Middle Tennessee like they had last year. Like, hope just beat the teams you're supposed to beat and be competitive against teams that are even or are a little bit better, like the Clemsons and Florida States. If you can beat one of them, I'd be pretty surprised. But you want to be competitive in those type of games to show that your team's improving and you got the heart and you got the power and you got the talent to be able to compete with those type of teams, which is just going to make more people want to come to Miami, because when Miami's really good, everyone wants to go there. I mean, last couple years ago, they were 10-0 at one point, and then during that schedule, they played Notre Dame at Hard Rock Stadium, and then they blew them out, and everyone was loving it at Hard Rock Stadium with Miami. It was packed, everyone loving it. When Miami's good, college football's even better. So I hope Miami can come back into relevancy. But yeah, I got them going 8-4 this year. So yeah, I hope you all have a great day. Stay safe. If you like the video, hit the like button. Comment whatever you want to talk about, whatever you want to comment. If you're talking about Miami, you can talk about whatever. Just leave a comment for whatever you want. If you feel like that's the right thing to do, hit the subscribe button. We talk about college football all day, every day, 24/7 pretty much. Talk about all sports in general, mainly with my shorts, but I go in deep dives about stuff with college football, talk about my opinions and things. Do some NFL things too. Hey, the preseason's starting pretty soon for NFL. Once that hits, we saw seeing those games, I'll go more in depth and give my opinion about that even more. Yeah, hope you all have a great day. Stay safe, everyone, and God bless y'all.